So what happens next? And if you've been watching the news track, there is a sense of deja vu, because we've been saying from the first day on that Navjot Singh Sidhu is unpredictable, he's mercurial. He walked out on Mohammad Azharuddin when he was in the Indian playing 11. If somebody can do that, how can you trust the man with an important responsibility? And that is exactly what Amarinder Singh is saying. I told you so.
Rahul, you are looking at one side of Mr. Sidhu.
Yes.
Mr. Sidhu was an outstanding player of spin bowling when he stepped out and hit lofted players. But remember, it was the same Sidhu who was called a strokeless wonder when he started off his career in 83, comes out in 87 as Sixer Sidhu, then walks out of a series in 1996, reasons for which we still don't know. So he's an unpredictable character.
Let me tell you just one sentence. See, Sidhu wanted clean slate, corruption-free Congress, corruption-free governance. If it was short of it, in his assessment, Congress would not make it. So that is why he's doing it. To put so much weightage to what Amarinder Singh is saying, I told you so. Here is the Chief Minister, the former Chief Minister, 78 MLAs, wrote on a piece of paper.
It can be a blessing in disguise because when now Channi is equally media savvy, the way he communicates with the people, the way he projects himself in public domain, and that's very impressive. So one thing is absolutely clear, that at the center of all these gimmicks and tantrums are the Badals.
Rahul, I answered that. Let's understand what's happening with the Congress first. They have a weak central leadership, and who can't take decisions, and decisions they take they're not sure about the decisions which they have taken. And the state leadership are on their own. They decide whatever they want to decide.
See, Mr. Badal, it's not only today he said that. That is, we have maintained that since day one, that Sidhu is an unguided missile. He's a human bomb who goes and damages the very organization or party that he goes into. He's not a threat to political rivals. He's a threat to the party he himself is in, actually. Mr. Sidhu and some people like him in the Congress could not digest a Dalit becoming a chief minister. When he was first announced as the chief minister, Mr. Sidhu had thought that he is going to have the strings in his hands and pull him like a puppet. When Mr. Channi started taking decisions independently, that was when the problems came up.
When it seems that Navjot Singh Sidhu is back in the pavilion. Is the Congress imploding in Punjab? We'll bring you all the latest twists and turns in that big political story.
Well, it's a very unfortunate development. It has taken the party by surprise. It was not expected. A lot of political capital had been invested in nominating Mr. Sidhu to the prestigious post of the PPCC president. The fact remains that we cannot afford to lose any time in correcting the situation. We need to have a PPCC president as early as possible in place. We are into the elections. Elections are upon us.
Some people may have quit, but there are many others who are joining in, who believe in the ideology of the Congress, who believe we will take the fight to the BJP, who believe we voice the voice of the voiceless in this country, and we champion their rights. So there will always be this churn. This churn is welcome.
Congress party has the history of appointing Dalits as a placeholder chief minister. United Andhra Pradesh, Damodaran Sanjeevaiah. In Bihar, Bhola Paswan Shastri. Congress party treats Dalit nothing but as a political commodity, as a political vote bank.
First he was in BJP, they never made him chief minister. Now he is in Congress. Congress never made them chief minister. Now he wants to run out and make his own party, or I don't know what he wants to do.
Look, as far as Punjab is concerned, this is certainly on the Congress leadership, because they are the ones who chose Mr. Navjot Singh Sidhu. They ought to have known that not only is he highly unpredictable, he's also very combustible. And therefore, what has happened, of course, it's surprising by even Mr. Sidhu's standards of unpredictability.
I would just like to mention that in his resignation letter, Mr. Sidhu has also written that he will continue to serve Congress. So I thought of bringing it out because nobody seems to have either noticed or has mentioned. It is a developing situation.
The army has captured a Pakistani terrorist alive in a fierce encounter. One more terrorist has been killed. This terrorist is
Babar Ali. He comes from Okara in Pakistan's Punjab province. He's 19 years old and he's undergone training in Pakistan's Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province.
So this is a very, very big deal because as you and I both know, and we've covered, infiltration encounters of this kind, it's a shoot to kill kind of situation. You're not attempting to catch any of these guys alive. If you're lucky enough to be able to actually disarm them and capture someone alive, or if they surrender, and in this case you've got a 19-year-old terrorist who's already singing, he's provided phone numbers, locations, coordinates, all manner of intelligence already, that's something that needs to be counted.
I would like to tell your viewers that it's an important thing to remember that Pakistan will claim that these are non-state actors. Just remember, none of them are non-state actors. The manner in which the Pakistan army is deployed on the line of control opposite Uri is so dense that there is no way that terrorists, non-state actors of any kind can come across undetected as far as the Pakistan army is concerned. Yes, these terrorists have been captured in the past too. It's very important now to ensure that 15 Corps, the Dagger Division handles this extremely well, because this information which is going to be extracted by the intelligence organizations must be put out properly.